Christmas Weekend's 2022 Cup overfloweth with an Ed Mullen Collection Swell Music Quiz from December 23rd, 1994. Let's title this one, A Christmas Crossing of Musical Swords. We begin with a full-on Norm open, and then it's showtime. The panel. Norm, who's done some homework and has prepared fresh questions. Ed Mullen, who always does his homework. I'm on the phone from a gas station because my car broke down again, but I come bearing an armful of Christmas music questions. Jack Harte, aspiring Broadway actor. And Steve Leveille, hanging with us after subbing for David Brudnoy and handling folk music. The categories: rock and roll, musical comedy, big band, jazz, folk music, and Christmas music. The rules: we ask, you ask, we ask again. Unless you're wrong, then you're gone. Or we're wrong, or some facsimile thereof. But for the love, have a question ready for us in the same category, and it would be helpful if you knew the answer. The prize: a cheap copy of the original really nice certificate, this time, however, on green paper. The callers: Keith in the car, May in Boston, Jackie from Weymouth, Dave in East Boston, Dawn from Cambridge, John in Boston, Greg from Danvers, Joseph in Everett, Nicholas from Everett, Lou in Cambridge, Patty from East Boston, Brandon in Franklin, Norma from the North End, which ends in a mystery, or does it? Jack in Boston, Rich from Hyde Park, Rick in Boston, Karen, Debbie in Waltham, Fred from Yarmouth, Maine, Janice in Arlington, Matt from Rhode Island, Tom in Indiana, Barry from Worcester, and Brian in Everett. Now, Norm takes a break, but the remainder of the show isn't on the tape. It ends with the very beginning of a Baby Gold Bond commercial. Other tracks. English is Norm's third language. Michelle Pfeiffer started out in traffic, and even though she threw up all over the copter pilot, she rose to great fame. Toast. Calling the neighbors. Jack attended the wrong convention. What time is lunch served? Santa Claus, Grandma, and plowing westward and making America great. Episode 118, A Christmas Crossing of Musical Swords. Lunges toward your ears. Now.
Hey, hey, people, pleasure awaits. You tuned to Norm Nathan, he's one of the greats. Right here on DZ, reaching 38 states. I'm singing this song so you'll know. It's time for Norm Nathan Show. When the day-to-day world starts to drive you insane, and you feel like you're riding on a runaway train, Norm makes you laugh and keep spirits bright. Tune in 10:30 and call Norm tonight. Hey, hey, out there in Radio Land, you're tuned to Norm Nathan and he's at your command. So stay here and listen, then you'll understand. He's a habit you'll never outgrow. But right now, Norm Nathan Show. I said right now, Norm Nathan Show. Here's Norm.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you very much, Linda. Tonight is really a red, what is it? What kind of a...
Day?
What's that?
Red Letter Day?
Red Letter Day. That's it, yeah.
Do I win something?
I have... No, you don't win anything. Not yet. You may win later on. I do have trouble with English, as you know. It's only my third language. But this is the night we played the Swell Music Quiz, and I'm really excited about that because we have a panel that's so exciting. And if you'd like to play the game with us, you might start to call now at 254-1030, because once we swing into action, all the lines usually are jammed. 254-1030 area code is 617. Let me introduce you to members of the panel. First, Steve Leveille, who's staying over from the David Brudnoy show.
I'm nervous.
Your category will be folk music.
Yes.
Okay, and of course we have Ed Mullen, the stalwart who's been with us a number of times, whose category is rock and roll.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here, Norm. We got Steve. We got a solid cast here. We got Mike Epstein in master control.
We do have Mike, and we also have Tony Nesbitt, who's on the line with us right this very moment. Hi, Mike. Tony, I mean.
Hello, Norm.
Whoever you are. Nice to have you with us,
Thank
of course.
you.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Steve.
And now we have Tony, too, so it is complete except for
Except for Jack Harte, who's with us, too. Jack?
Hi.
Full
Hi.
House.
Oh, this is exciting. Jack is the WBZ 24-hour traffic network reporter who's been kind of wallowing around in that field, hoping for a big break in show business.
Ha
Because I know you don't want to be a traffic
arm of the
reporter.
leg.
Pardon me?
As opposed to in the arm of the leg.
Yeah, see, now that's why you haven't moved up the ladder,
Yeah, I
because you
suppose.
tell bad jokes. The fact is that you don't want to be a traffic reporter for the next 60 years or something, and I know what your ambition really is to be a star, kind of an ingenue in a sense, a male ingenue, a romantic lead in a Broadway show.
Well, I thought that I could get my foot in the door here down in traffic.
A lot of Broadway folks, a lot of show business people started out as traffic reporters, so you're in the right area.
Well, maybe I should go about it maybe a more dramatic way. To slow down or not to slow down? That is the question.
That is excellent. Excellent.
Streetcar Named Desire.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Streetcar.
20th Century Limited would be, although maybe that's a little out of it. The old Broadway show might be a little bit out of it. But we have it a lot, both men and women, started out as producers and as traffic people.
Sure.
As we mentioned, one of our greatest successes was Michelle Pfeiffer, who started out as a traffic reporter. I think she
She came a long way.
On the old WCOP, I believe.
Sure, she used to hold onto the microphone and writhe along the top of the counter here and do her little traffic reports.
I don't recall that so much. I do remember that she went up in a helicopter once and threw up all over the pilot. And I've never told that story before because I thought it would spoil her image as a sex symbol. Anyway, let's tell what the rules are in this swell. Every line is all
I'd like
lit
to
up.
know.
Okay, that's right. You've never played the game before, Steve, and I appreciate you hanging around to do that. We have, let me tell you the categories first, and then Ed Mullen will explain the rules. We have rock and roll, which is usually what most people pick, but you don't need to because we do have other areas too. Musical comedy, which we added during one of our recent programs of the Swell Music Quiz. Big band, jazz, and now we have added, thanks to Steve Leveille, folk music. Folk music.
May I add another one, Norm?
Yes, by all means, Tony.
Christmas music for tonight.
Oh, good idea.
Oh, Christmas music?
I have plenty. Christmas music questions.
Plenty of Christmas questions.
Yes.
That's an excellent idea. I should have thought of that.
Yeah.
You holiday kind of guy.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Now the rules, Ed, if you would explain them, please. And I'll just sit back here pretending I understand what it is you're saying as though you're speaking it in my native language.
Okay, we have only about 2 hours left. Okay, here we go. It's basically 3 rounds. We throw out the first question in the first round. If the caller gets it correct, they get to move on to the second round. If they get it wrong, what happens, Tony?
They're gone.
They're toast. They're out of here.
They're in a cab. They're done.
They're done. Stick a fork in them.
Oh, they're done.
Could you guys have a little more compassion for the losers, please?
That's right, okay.
Well, having been one for so long.
No, not you. Stop it. Your car may be a loser, but not you.
What are you at a gas station calling in here?
Yes.
Where are you?
Yes.
And anyway,
I'm on Route 1 and I called.
will you stop? Will you stop? Let's get on with the rules. And if you pass the however you get the first question, and incidentally, you pick a category when you do call. You say, "I'd like it on folk or rock or whatever," and you have to stick with that all three
What about
questions.
folk rock?
Gee, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
That's now you get.
I can
tricky.
handle it.
Okay.
Okay.
And if they get the first question right in the first round, they get to go on to the second round and get the privilege to ask us a question. If we get it wrong, they proceed to the third round, and we ask them one final question.
Well, what if we get it right?
They're gone.
Thank you very much.
That's right. Yeah. So they have to pass off. That's right. They have to pass all 3
Get a cab.
hurdles. Yeah.
They have to have a question when they call.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's correct.
In
Now,
the
if
same category.
the same category. If you pick musical comedy, for example, I say that because a lot of people ask for rock, and they seem to have, although sometimes they don't have questions there. Just understand that if you get the first question correctly, you got to have a question for us. So don't just say, "Well, I don't have a question." If you say that, man, we think so little of you.
And if you do that, you're gone.
That's right. You're toast then too. That is correct. There's so many ways for you to become toast. I can't believe it. And we send notices to your local newspaper telling them that you're toast and you're nothing. We degrade you as much as we can. We call up your neighbors because we have city directories, street directories. We call up your neighbors; they'll scorn you.
This is a serious game.
Oh, we don't fool around here, man. This is the big league of swell music quiz. And incidentally, if you get through all the whole business, which we may even get to begin the game, but where we're going, if you get through the whole thing, then you win a copy of a certificate of award, because the original ones that you had made up so nicely, Ed Mullen,
Right.
We kind of ran out of them until the last one, and then I made copies of the others, so we're copied on cheap paper.
So, like, the first 10 people that won got this gold leaf framed, nice glass, and now they get a mimeograph
with blue ribbon certificate.
Add toner, please, it says.
Yeah. The first one was nice because it had autographed pictures of all of us, and as you mentioned, it was framed and everything. It was
It's a
really
collector's
lovely.
item now.
Yeah, that's right. Now they're getting cheap copies.
On recycled paper.
Yeah, and some of the misspellings in the original, we've got even more misspellings. I don't know how that happened.
Well, when they have the convention, the stupid music quiz convention, those are.
No, this is. I'm sorry. Let me stop you there. It's the swell music quiz.
Oh, swell music quiz.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And when they
Which
have
one have you been attending? Jeez. No wonder we don't see you at
I
ours.
was listening to another station.
Now tell us what when you go to the convention, what
see,
happens?
when they have the swell music quiz convention and people come from all over the country, there'll be vendors just selling copies of those original
That's right.
certificates.
Yeah. That's true, because we only had about 10 printed up. I'll bet somebody will show up with about 50 of them.
So, of course, when you go to those conventions and you're trying to find an original, because it is a collector's item, make sure with the certificate you look for the certificate of authenticity.
That's right. Signed by a notary public.
Well, we started making copies of those, too.
Okay. Let me do. I just feel like listening.
Thank you, and good night, everyone.
Yeah, no, I feel like listening to an Ovaltine commercial, and we'll bring on our first contestant.
Good idea.
Kind of drag him or her up to the microphone. But first,
Rich chocolate Ovaltine.
I'm sort of an expert on chocolate milk. This is the one I like best, rich chocolate Ovaltine. It's real chocolatey, and my mom says I couldn't have picked a better chocolate. She says I'm growing up fast.
Rich chocolate Ovaltine is a different kind of Ovaltine with a rich chocolatey flavor kids love, plus extra vitamins and minerals you won't find in Nestle's Quick or Hershey's.
Sometimes I add ice cream and make a milkshake, but most of the time I just drink it ice cold. There's nothing better than a cold glass of rich chocolate Ovaltine.
Rich chocolate Ovaltine contains more vitamins and minerals than any other milk flavoring to help build stronger, healthier bodies.
Mom says it's the most
For more information, call 1-800-862-0631. That's 1-800-862-0631.
okay, we're ready
By all
to play
means.
the game, and we're all excited about this. And you guys are all set, Tony, and Jack,
Yeah.
and Ed.
Yeah, let's throw one question on the table of each category to get things started.
Oh, really? Who made up that rule?
We did that last time.
Oh, did we do that? Okay.
Oh, so if people know the answer to this one, this will prompt them to call in.
Okay, this could be their
Okay.
first
I
question.
see.
And that's Steve Leveille with the. We'll do the folk one then first. Okay.
First? Okay. All right, here we go. And I got folk questions from back then and up now too. So here we go. Joan Baez has a sister who is also a well-known folk singer. What is her name?
Okay, that can be your question. Or Ed, you have a rock question.
Yeah, the rock question is this. Put these three events in order. Elvis's first hit, Heartbreak Hotel. The second one, Rock Around the Clock. The third one, Johnny Mathis singing Chances Are. Just put those in order.
In chronological order.
Right.
Okay. Do you have a question, Tony?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
What tongue twister is contained in the song All I Want for Christmas?
Okay, good. And that's right. I forgot we have the Christmas category also. And how about you, Jack?
What? Oh, do I have a question?
Yeah, do you have a question?
What time is it?
Yes, what time is lunch served?
Okay, that's good.
Okay, next.
Okay, and I have one too. Mine will be musical comedy, jazz, rock, or not jazz, rock, but jazz or big bands. I'll give you one in musical comedy. Name 3 shows by composer Andrew Lloyd Webber, who's pretty much in the news these days on musical comedy. Name 3 of his shows, and you win there. Okay, let's start taking calls.
Tony, it sounds like Norm has some new questions.
I do. I did. Today I worked up a bunch of new questions, and they're really swell.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did some work for your show?
That's right. Would you stop? Would you stop? Who's more conscientious of the place, me or Gary LaPierre? Who you kidding? Okay, Keith in the car. Hi, Keith.
Yes.
Okay, what's your category?
I'll do the Christmas.
Okay. Hey, there you go, Tony.
Yes.
Okay.
Repeat the question.
The question was, what tongue twister is contained in All I Want for Christmas?
Okay, you can either use that or you can ask for a new question.
I'll have a new question.
A new question. Uh-oh. Okay, all right.
Is that the only question you had left?
One Christmas question.
That's it. I thought that was going to last the whole game. Jeez. Okay. What was Grandma drinking when she got run over by a reindeer?
What was she drinking?
Give you about 10 seconds to answer that, Keith.
I know that she was walking home in the snow, but
What was she drinking, though?
eggnog.
Yes, she was.
She was excellent. Now you can ask us a question, and it has to be along the lines of a Christmas song.
Yeah, I have a question, but I don't even know the answer, so I don't know.
Well, no, you have to know obviously you have
But
to know
I'd
the
like
answer.
to know the answer.
No, you have to know the answer. No, come on, we got to move along now. Do you have a question?
I don't have a question.
Okay, well, thank you very much for calling anyway.
Toast. We got to make these rules a little more specific.
Yeah.
When you have a question, please also have the answer.
May in Boston, how you doing, May?
Hi, how are you guys?
Good, thank you. How are you
I
doing?
spent you took the whole night entertaining one another and me in the
Yes, we
process.
do. Come on, let's see. What category do you want?
Musical comedy.
Musical comedy. Okay. Do you want that question I just asked?
Nah.
Do you want another one?
I don't know the answer to one of them.
Okay. I'm going to give you the longest running musical in Broadway history, and I'll give you 3 musicals. Tell me which one was the longest running one. Was it Oklahoma, Chorus Line, My Fair Lady?
Chorus line.
Chorus Line is correct. Now, what is your question?
There was a musical comedy made out of Quiet Man. Do you know the name and the lead in it?
This is the movie with
Yeah. It was
with Maureen O'Hara and and John Wayne.
Yeah.
And a musical's made out of that?
That's right.
Do any of you guys know?
No.
Because I don't know. No, I'm not aware of that. What is the answer?
Donnybrook was the name of it, and John Lund played the character that Wayne played.
No kidding. When was that? I never heard of that show.
The time we had the hurricane here in Boston, the very bad hurricane.
1938 or the one later than that?
No, the one later than that. The 50s,
Carol?
early 50s.
Carol?
We went to New York.
Okay, Donnybrook. Because
That was the name of it, Donnybrook.
Okay, let me ask you one final one. If you get the answer to this, then
And if I get the certificate in anticipation, last night you told me to put it on green paper.
Well, no, I said the last batch I rolled off from our copying machine had been loaded with green paper. I don't know how to load that thing. If it's loaded with green paper, then that's the way it comes. That's right. Lucky you. It's a game of chance.
And if it's that pukey yellow color, you got that.
Hi, Tony.
It'll probably be a bland white color. Okay. In town at this moment is The Kiss of the Spider Woman, and the star is a woman who's has won a number of awards for her performance in the show. And I could name the awards: the Astaire Award by Theater Development Fund for Achievement in Dance, the Drama Desk Award for New York Theater Critics for Musical Actress, Tony Award for Musical Actress.
You can name the awards.
Yes, I can. There's another woman playing it in New York now, but this is the woman who's playing it here in Boston, of Kiss of the Spider Woman. Who is she?
Chita Rivera.
Chita Rivera is correct, and you win.
Ay.
Excellent. Okay. Mike Epstein will take your name and address, May, and we'll send you a cheap copy of a certificate of award. You must be terribly thrilled as we go.
Hey, Norm?
Yes.
On those awards that you mentioned,
Yes.
when they get those awards, is there any room left on the trophy for the person's name?
Oh, yeah, I scribble it in.
Oh,
And kind of.
The New York Film Critics Award of the East Coast in the United States of America, and you've won, and it's very tiny print as the person who won.
And below that it says member FDIC.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's right. If pain persists, there's unusually severe. See your doctor. Jackie in Weymouth. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Norm.
What a little tiny voice you have. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. What category would you like?
Christmas songs.
Christmas songs. Okay.
Did you want to answer the one that's...
No, I have a different one if you don't mind.
Sure. When we go over the river and through the woods, what stings the toes and bites the nose?
He did his homework, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
I can't give it to you, no.
Yeah. Got about 2 more seconds if you want to just throw another answer out, no?
The snow?
No, I'm sorry, Jackie, but I appreciate the call anyway. That's
Toast.
stupid. Would you stop? David, the number, by the way, if you want to play, 254-1030.
That's the answer to the question, too. Toast plate.
Area code 617. Okay, Dave in East Boston. Hi, Dave. You're on WBZ playing the Swell Music Quiz.
How you doing, Norm?
Hey, we're doing fine. What category would you like?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what decade do you want? 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s?
Oh, let's see. We'll take 80s.
All right.
You're being very kind.
I'm young, yes. Oh, no.
No, I'll go along with that. Okay, I'll name 3 people. Tell me who was born first, second, and third. And here's the 3 people. Madonna, Bruce Springsteen, Eric Clapton.
Who was born first?
First, second, and third. Put them in the right order.
Eric Clapton first, Bruce Springsteen second, and Madonna third.
You're right.
Excellent. Ask us a question if you would, too.
Okay, this is a tough one.
All right.
All right, what 80s Canadian rock band made the song Just Between You and Me?
Just between you and me.
Was it a hit? Is this a legitimate trivia?
It was a top 40 hit, yes.
Top 40.
It's called Just Between You and Me?
All right.
Can you hum a few bars?
And it's a Canadian rock group?
Right. I can sing.
Do it. Sing it.
Just between you and me.
Oh, it is that.
You don't know how long our love has been.
Dave, you'll do us a big favor. You just stop it right
I
there.
can't sing.
We give up. We're throwing up the white towel. We don't have any idea what that is.
We're toast.
Yeah. What is the answer to that?
April Wine.
April what? Do you guys know that song?
No, but
No, the band, yeah. That was,
the band, right?
That was what, when they reformed for...
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Early 80s.
Okay, one final question for you for that wonderful certificate.
Piece of crap.
Okay, here's your question.
Here we go. Okay. Who wrote We Are the World? 2 people.
We Are the World, huh?
We Are the Children, as a matter of fact.
I know the song. We Are the World, We Are
Would you
the
like
Children.
us to sing it?
Oh, I know who it is. Oh, jeez.
2 people.
David Geffen.
David Geffen is wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but thank you very much
Okay.
for trying.
All right, bye.
Toast.
4.5 billion people on the planet. He has to pick the 2 that wrote that song.
Okay. Hey, listen, we're going to take a break for the news, which is coming up now, and then we'll continue the game. We'll be here till about 2 in the morning. Anyway, playing the game. We might just continue it like till a week from next Friday. Cancel out all the Christmas Eve programming and just keep Regana. And you're off this coming day, Steve.
Sure, what do I care?
You don't really care. Okay, news, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we're ready to go back. I'm sorry, we weren't doing anything. What this is the Swell Music Quiz, and let me introduce you again to the members of our panel who'd like to cross musical swords with you, as it were. Oh, yes. Ed Mullen we have, and we have Steve Leveille.
You.
And we have Tony Nesbitt, and we have Jack Harte, and our categories are musical comedy, jazz, rock and roll, big band, folk, Christmas music. I've left out nothing, eh? Okay. And you'll get the idea of how we play this as we go back to our panel and to our next person calling in. If you'd like to take partners, just do call 254-1030, area code 617. This is Don, who's in Cambridge. Hi, Don.
Hi, Norm. Hi,
What category would you like?
rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Okay, and what decade would you like?
Probably the... Well, can I take the last question that guy didn't get?
Sure, yeah. Who wrote We Are the World?
Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson.
You are correct. Very good. Do you have a question for us, please, in rock and roll?
Right, it's name the Rolling Stones' first American album and give the month and year of its release.
Oh, you don't want the month and year. That's not really trivia. That's not fair.
Okay, how about then just the name of the album?
The name of the album, I think that's fair, don't you? I don't want to make things softer for us than for other people. Do you think?
That part's fair.
Okay.
Tony, we're going to confer for a quick moment. Get your yayas out, or is that much later?
No, that's 69.
Yeah, no.
It'd be like...
Flowers?
No, much earlier.
This is the first one, very first.
Yeah, I'm afraid we slipped up on that one.
We didn't even...
Yeah. What is the answer?
England's newest hitmakers, the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
What was on that record, anyway?
Route 66.
You mean Get Your Kicks on Route 66?
Yeah.
Was done by the Rolling Stones?
Right.
No kidding. Anyway, come on. We'll ask you one final question, and you get this cheap copy of a certificate, not even a gift certificate. So you all ready for your last question then?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, here's the question for you. In the 70s, Deborah Harry was the lead singer for what band?
Blondie.
Right. Very
Blondie's
good.
Okay.
We have a winner.
Excellent. Well, kids here in the tea canteen love you. And they figure you're a role model for millions of American school children just by that one answer. Okay, so you want a gift certificate? No, I keep saying that. I'm sorry.
Well, because you're in that Christmas mind,
I
gifts
know it.
and everything.
I know it. It's a certificate of award, and Mike Epstein will take the information from you. And thank you very much for calling as we go to John in Boston. Hi, John. You're on WBZ.
Hi, Norm. How are you?
Good, thanks. What category?
I'm going to follow suit. I want rock and roll for basically the 1980s.
Okay, John, here's your question. We're going to go with one-hit wonders, and if you can name 2 out of 3, you win. One-hit wonders. Do you understand basically what that is?
Why don't you give me a quick rundown?
Well, one-hit wonders is they had one big song in their whole career, and that was it. No other hits at all.
Oh, man, now residing in the Where Are They Now file.
Right. Here we go.
All right, I'll take my chances. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. The first song is called Don't Stop the Music. Do you want me to name them all, or?
Yeah, don't stop with that one.
Okay, Don't Stop the Music. Second one, Mama Used to Say. Third one, Break My Stride.
Well, I'm 0 for 3. I mean, how about if I give you one anyhow for the road?
Toast. That would be toast.
No, because I want to move along. We want to get as many people as possible. Thank you very much,
we got to
John.
play by the rules.
Yeah, because we got to. No, I know it. Very often we have to relax the rules and have people ask us, even after they've just failed miserably, fallen on their faces and look like total fools.
Right, why
We
allow
still
them to
ask
make us look like total fools?
That's right. No, I'm just joking. John didn't look bad at all. It's just that we want to. There are an awful lot of people who call, and it'd be only fair to give everybody a chance. This is Greg up in Danvers. Hi, Greg. Hi. What category?
Folk music, please.
Oh, folk music.
Do you want to use the question that's already out there? Which is, did you hear it?
No.
All right, well then I'll let you hear it, and you can decide if you want it.
Okay.
Joan Baez has a sister who is also a well-known folk singer. What is her name?
Mimi Farina.
That is correct.
Excellent.
Now you ask me one, or us one.
Again on the folk question, because you have to stick with the same category.
Right. What well-known folk singer had as his biography Lonesome Traveler?
Lonesome Traveler.
Time for a conference.
I know this song.
Yeah.
I know this song. Who will use that as the name of their... This was somebody wrote a biography about them, or this was an autobiography?
This was someone wrote a biography about him.
Lonesome Traveler. Would he happen to have a son?
Would that be Pete Seeger, do you think?
Sorry,
I've read the Pete Seeger books, and I don't remember that title, so we give up.
Woody Guthrie? I remember Woody Guthrie. Who would it be?
You give up?
Yeah.
You were close because Lee Hayes was part of the Weavers, and that was his biography. 5 years.
Actually, good question. I'm just a lonesome traveler.
All right.
Traveling the wood.
We don't have time for that, please.
There's no time for that. That's right. Yeah.
So I asked you another one. Did you say you were calling from New Hampshire?
No, Danvers.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you said New Hampshire. Well, then I won't ask you the New Hampshire question. All right. Here we go. Give us, in order, the last names of Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Peter Yarrow, Noel, Paul Stokey, and Mary Travers.
He's right.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Very good.
I'm proud tonight.
Okay, good. You'll be getting your gift certificate within 6 to 8 weeks.
Thank you very much.
Maybe even a couple of days. Hey, thanks a lot for calling.
Yeah, there will be a handling charge.
Just to pay the postman $17 when it arrives. Joseph and Everett. Hi, Joseph.
How you doing?
We're doing just fine. What's your category?
Christmas songs.
Okay, go.
Now, we have 2 still on the board. Did you want?
I haven't heard them. What are they?
Okay, well, first one was, the first one was, what tongue twister is contained in the song All I Want for Christmas? And the second one was, when we go over the river and through the woods, what stings the toes and bites the nose?
Do you want to answer either of those, or would you like a new question?
Give me a new question.
New question.
No question, okay.
What French carol contains the line, fall on your knees?
Okay, can I go back to one of the previous questions?
Sure, go ahead. Why not?
I think Jack Frost nips the nose and bites the toes.
No. Can't accept that, no.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, and we won't give the answer just yet because anybody else can use that question as their lead-in question later on.
Yep.
Including Nicholas from Everett, who's just a young guy. You're, 13 years old, Nicholas?
Yeah.
Okay, you're following a grown-up guy from Everett.
Sure.
Yeah, because I grew up in Everett. It's nice to talk with you. What's your category?
Christmas.
Christmas songs?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear anyone that you liked that you'd like to answer?
Yeah, the one, the tongue twister.
Sure.
Susie sitting on a thistle.
Yes. I'll give because it's Sister Susie sitting on a thistle. He said Susie said, "What the heck? Why not?" I'm in the Christmas spirit. Very good.
You want to ask us one on a Christmas song, if you would, Nicholas?
Do you know the name of the horse in Jingle Bells?
Name of the horse in Jingle Bells.
The horse is named, huh?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Wait a second.
Crashing through the snow.
One. His name is One horse.
Yeah, one horse sleigh. The fields.
Juan. No, it was Juan.
Juan. Oh, it's fun. It is still red in a one-horse open sleigh, huh?
Came from a warmer climate.
I don't remember. I don't remember them ever mentioning Bob.
Bob?
No, that was a bob-tailed nag or something. That's from another song, I think. I don't know. I think we have missed that one. What is the name of the horse?
Bobtail.
No, bobtail is a kind of a horse. That's not the name of the horse.
No, it is the name of the horse.
No, it's not the name of the horse. See, a bobtailed horse. See, I own a horse, and bobtail is what you do with the tail of the horse. You kind of bob it up and kind of like what a woman or a guy does with his hair.
Oh, my music teacher said it was me.
Well, I tell you what.
Your music teacher is toast.
Yeah, your music teacher is wrong on that. But I tell you what, since you feel you learned it from school and
it wasn't his fault that he was misinformed.
That's right. That you have a teacher that doesn't know, and because we believe in public education.
Here comes the question.
Yeah, we're gonna let you pass with that one, but don't anybody ever use that one ever again, so long as I'm alive. You understand? Or I'm out to get you. Okay, here's final question. One final question for you then.
What is the English title of O Tannenbaum?
It's a very good question. See if we get a very good answer. You want to call your teacher?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry, Nicholas, but thank you very, very much for trying. Okay, it's nice to have young kids come too, but I didn't mean to be harsh with them with a bobtail, but a bobtail something.
Hey, you got to straighten these young people out, you know? Don't worry about being harsh.
That's right, too. Maybe we ought to straighten this teacher up. Lou. Right. Lou in Cambridge. Hi, Lou. You're on WBZ.
Hi, Nora.
Hi, what category? Nice to talk with you. What category would you like?
Is that first 1950s rock and roll question still out?
Yes, it is. The first question is this. Put these three events in order. Elvis Presley's first hit, Heartbreak Hotel. Rock Around the Clock, hitting the charts. And the third one is Johnny Mathis singing Chances Are. If you could put those three in order.
Okay. I think they would run Rock Around the Clock, Heartbreak Hotel, and Mathis.
Very good. Excellent.
Very good, Lou.
Hey.
Do you have a question for us now, Lou?
Oh, I'm on my way to certificate, huh? Okay. What?
Don't count your chickens, Lou.
I know I shouldn't. Let's see. Okay. The Coasters came out with a song that at the time was so controversial, radio stations stopped playing it.
The Coasters had a controversial song that was so controversial, some radio stations stopped playing it. All right.
I think I might know.
Jack, go for it.
Charlie Brown?
No.
Oh.
This is in the 50s. Early.
Well,
okay, we missed it. What is the song?
Think about Annie Had a Baby?
No, I question that. That wasn't the Coasters. That was, that was Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. Because,
what's that?
Yeah, no, I'm really true. I'm really on the money on that one because Darryl Gould told me that one. Yeah. Sorry about that one.
And if you can't trust Darryl Gould, who can you trust?
Nobody.
He might be interested. I've got a very, very early Joan Baez LP, Live at the Hungry Eye. And she sings Annie Had a Baby.
I'm sorry, Lou. Thanks very much for calling.
Thanks very much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Lou. Patty in East Boston. Hi, Patty.
Hi.
Hi. What category?
Rock and roll, the 80s.
Okay. Rock and roll the 80s. Here you go. Rock and roll in the 80s. Could you please tell me an REM song? It's the end of the world as we know it. 2 words are shouted out in the middle of the song without music. Can you name those 2 words?
Talk about research. Shit.
Well, if you know REM, it's one of their biggest songs.
Yeah. I think the 2 words are Oy vey.
I don't know.
Not you can't even you don't even want to take a guess then, huh?
No.
Okay.
What's the name of this caller?
This is Patty from East Boston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you, Patty. I'm sorry, but happy Christmas to you. And we'll go to, Brandon, who's down in the town of Franklin. Hi, Brandon.
Good morning, Norm.
Good morning to you. What category would you like?
Well, I was going to take Christmas, but then I heard that REM question, and I just have to take it because REM is my favorite band.
There you go.
Let's see. The 2 words shouted out without music would have to be Leonard Bernstein.
You are correct, sir. You are correct. The song goes at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and all of a sudden they stop everything and yell out, Leonard Bernstein.
Is there any reason for that in the song?
Well, probably the reason is that it's a stream of consciousness type of lyric. Just it keeps going. And the only part, an important musical figure has no music behind it. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason. Kind of subtle.
But the best 2 words in the song would have to be Jelly Bean Boom. So
I guess, who can argue with that? Do you have a question for us in rock and roll?
Well, let's see. I have to make up one because I wasn't prepared for it. But
I think Leonard Bernstein would have argued with that.
Okay, how about this one? In the early 80s British invasion, what was the first #1 song in the early 80s that started the early 80s British invasion?
That's a little vague. I got to tell you, that is a little vague.
The first #1 song of the 80s by a British group in the United States. Would that help?
Because the British group had started invading back in the 60s, did they not?
But this is like it was like a second wave.
A second wave?
Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
It caught us off guard.
It's not quite trivia, but I don't know.
How about if
the
I-
Human League, Don't You Want Me? Is
That's
that?
what I was gonna say. Oh, he got it.
No, I've been great
Excellent.
stuff.
You can't
Number
even
one song
trick
in
'em.
America by a British group. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for trying, and Happy Christmas to you, Brandon, as we go.
That's funny, Ed. I was going to think of the same song.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
found that, wow.
Well, actually, the only reason I got it, I read your mind. I didn't know it myself. I read your mind
Oh,
to
quick
get the
read,
answer.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here's Norma in the North End. Hi, Norma.
Hi, Norm.
What
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. What category would you like?
Christmas songs. Could I say one thing before you ask your question?
Yeah.
It seems so long since I could stay. Just to be sitting on a table.
Okay. Okay, here's your... did you understand?
Sister Susie sitting on a thistle.
Seems
I
so
see.
long since I could say just to be sitting on a table.
Because all I want for Christmas is...
that's the... actually, that's the...
All I can
that's
do
the
is
answer...
whistle.
That's the answer to the first question, then. Is that the tongue twister?
No,
young
I
kid got
told the answer.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you want one of the questions that were already...
The Christmas tree, please.
What?
The Christmas songs.
I know, but did you want one of the questions?
Yeah, one of the questions you already asked.
Which one?
The Tannenbaum question.
Tannenbaum, or the other one too is
Which
No, just
question?
answer one.
Now, which question do you want to answer, Norma? You can either answer one of the questions already out on Christmas, or you can ask for a new Christmas song.
no, one of the ones you asked.
Okay, what is the English version of the English title of O Tannenbaum?
Yeah, Oh Christmas Tree.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, now ask Tony
and there
one.
was another one too. You said.
Ask,
No,
no, that's
you
it.
asked this one.
Tony, Norma, ask Tony a question now. That's the second part of this.
All right. Who was the first one to sing I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus Underneath the Christmas Tree Last Night?
The first one?
The first person to sing it.
Oh. First person
The
was,
original.
was Jimmy. Was it his first name, Jimmy?
Uh-huh.
Jimmy, God, I used to play that on the radio. I was only about 12 years old at the time. That's how far back that song goes.
Something like Jimmy Wells or something?
No, it's a simple last name, but it...
yeah.
Jimmy Porter or something.
No.
Oh, I thought this was a trick
It's
question.
only Paul
I
Edison.
thought there was a recording before that.
No, it's Jimmy something. I can't... I think he also did All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth. He recorded a whole bunch of really memorable... Actually, they all did very well, but they were all in the stupid Christmas song category. I forget. What was his last name? Norma, you there?
She gave up.
Wow. She's gone. She gone?
Hello.
Yeah, I guess she's gone.
I'm still here, right?
Okay, I think maybe she didn't understand the rules.
Ask the question and hang up. That's good.
Jack, let's go to you. Jack is on from Boston on WBZ. Hi, Jack. Is Jack? I bet you we're having problem with the. Are we having problems with this computer thing here?
What have you done now,
Jack, hold on. Maybe we can get him this. No, we're not. No, I'm sorry, Norma.
Norm?
Yes.
Hello. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
this is Jack.
Yes, this is Jack.
You've been there right along.
Yes, I have.
Okay, what category would you like?
Musical comedy, please.
Oh, musical comedy. I'm just so darn excited about that. Okay, we had one question on the Kiss of the Spider Woman. Let me ask you another one now.
Okay.
In the score of the Kiss of the Spider Woman, it was written by John Kander and Fred Ebb. Can you name, say, two other shows that they wrote before Kiss of the Spider Woman? Kiss of the Spider Woman's in town right now. They wrote a number of very well-known shows. Just name two of them for me, if you would.
One is Cabaret,
Yes, that's right.
and the other, I think you stumped me, Norm. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You will recognize them after I tell you them. Some of them are not terribly well-known, but some of them really are. I'm sorry that you couldn't get that, Jack, but I appreciate the call.
You're welcome.
Happy Christmas to you, and we'll go to... I hope that Norma wasn't... If Norma got clipped off, and apparently she did by us for some kind of technical reason, call back and we'll finish that, and I'm sorry about that. Rich in Hyde Park. Hi, Rich.
Hi, Norm.
How you doing?
Good. I'd like to have a rock and roll question from the 90s.
Okay, rock and roll question from the 90s. Here you go. Who sings backup on REM's Shiny Happy People? Female singer.
I don't know her name. The girl from the B-52s.
Yeah, the question is, what's her name?
I don't know.
Toast.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rich. Thank you for trying. You know what happened with Norma, and that's my fault totally. I dumped. I did something technical wrong. Okay, can I have back what I just dumped, Mike? This is technical talk. No, okay. I clipped her off myself. I'm sorry. Keep trying, Norma. Please do call back. I'm sorry. That was my fault. I made a mistake. And it takes a big man to admit that.
Yes.
Rick in Boston, you're on WBZ. All ready to play the Swell Music Quiz?
Morning.
Good morning. What category would you like?
Musical comedy, please.
Musical comedy. I'm just so happy. I'm glad I did my homework. Can you name 3 shows by composer Andrew Lloyd Webber? He's written a ton of them.
Yes, I can.
That are well-known. Okay, go right ahead. Good.
You want to? He could name them. That was the answer to the
that's
question.
right. The question was, yes, I can name them. I see.
Phantom of the Opera.
Right.
Evita.
Yep.
And Cats.
That's right. And, of course, he also wrote Jesus Christ Superstar. And that's absolutely right. Now, what question do you have for us?
Okay. What's the last musical that won the Pulitzer Prize?
That's a good question. The last one that won a Pulitzer Prize. A Pulitzer Prize.
Can we ask for hints, like what year or something like that?
Oh, no, I think...
You could.
We could. We could ask that, but I think that's a fair question, even without the year.
You'd rather be stumped, huh?
Well, I think, I think that's fair.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm sorry. I guess none of us know the answer to that. Which one was that?
Sunday in the Park with George.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, okay.
85.
That won a Pulitzer Prize?
Yep.
Wow.
Okay. I'll give you one final one, and if you get the answer to this, boy, you're just home free with that swell thing. We call it a certificate of award. Broadway show based on Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew had a number of great songs in it. Too Darn Hot, So in Love Am I, Always True to You in My Fashion, and so on. Who was the composer, and what was the name of the show? Incidentally, and I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion, it was a typical line from this composer. It was, if a Harris Pat means a Paris hat, okay. This is one of my favorite song composers.
Kiss Me, Kate.
Kiss Me, Kate, and it was written by?
Cole Porter.
Excellent. That's exactly right. Okay, you have won one of these swells, so you should win more than that. So should everybody else. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling, Rick. We're going to take a break for the news coming up in about a minute. We have another hour coming up with the Swell Music Quiz, so give us a call.
If it's happening now, you're hearing it now on WBZ, your only choice for breaking news 24 hours a day. News Radio 1030, WBZ Boston. For news all day and talk all night, stay with WBZ Radio. Now, here's WBZ's Norm Nathan.
Hey, here's Norm Nathan. He's my kind of man. I listen to Norm Nathan every time I can on WBZ in Boston, the Norm Nathan Show.
Okay, we're playing the Swell Music Quiz and having fun, and we're going to the second hour of that with our big cast of characters. Ed Mullen.
Yes.
Okay, here. Yo.
Right
and
here.
Steve Leveille.
I feel like I'm about to tell the truth or what's my line or something.
And no, you are the real Steve Leveille. You're not fooling anybody.
Sitting beside Kitty Carlisle.
And Tom Poston.
And that's right. And Tony Nesbitt is with us.
I'm an imposter.
That's right. It's a Tony Nesbitt sound-alike. And also a Jack Harte guy.
I am the real Tony Nesbitt.
With the real Jack Harte, please shut up.
Okay. Now, you know the categories we have. We have each one a specialist in a various category, except Jack Harte, who's kind of and me, in a way, we kind of just roam the field. But we have the categories that you asked for is folk music, rock and roll, big band, jazz, musical comedy, Christmas songs, which we think is rather appropriate for this time. Anyway, we won't go through the rules again, but you get the idea as we go along.
Shall we review questions that are still on the board?
Yes, that would be a good idea.
All around,
yeah. Okay, what questions do you have, Tony?
We have two, and one being still from the last hour. When we go over the river and through the woods, what stings the toes and bites the nose? And the other question was, what French carol contains the line, fall on your knees?
Okay. In other words, when you come on and pick a category, you can either pick a question. Hold on just a minute, Karen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no, that's okay. We're just kind of reviewing the questions you can ask. If you ask for the Christmas category, you can ask those questions which are on the board, or ask for a new one. And Ed, what do you have for rock and roll?
I have two questions on the table. Who sings backup in REM song Shiny Happy People? And the other question is one-hit wonders of the 80s. Name 2 out of 3. Don't Stop the Music, Mama Used to Say, Break My Stride. Please name the artist of each of those. In 2 out of 3, you win.
And you have some.
I don't have one out there because the guy answered.
Okay, so not
I
for
can
the
throw
folk
one
music.
out or not, whatever you want.
No, we'll just hold back on that. And I don't have any either because everybody's answered all the musical comedy questions. Okay, I'm sorry to hold you up, Karen. What category would you like?
Christmas?
Christmas, okay.
Did you want to answer one of those questions?
Yes.
Okay, which?
The one about the O Tannenbaum?
That was already answered.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I didn't hear it was Christmas.
Yeah, Norma had answered that, and then she gave us a question, and she disappeared. And
Yeah, that was my fault. I kind of clipped her up.
you want a new one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. What was the first gift my true love sent on the 11th day of Christmas?
11 Pipers Piping?
Oh, you've got it.
Wow. Beautiful, excellent.
I've got 10 more of those questions. 11 more of those questions.
What question do you have for Tony?
On the Brady Bunch, which song did the mother sing on the Very Brady Christmas? In the movie.
The one that came out, about 3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same one that she sang in the song when Santa Claus gave her voice back.
All right.
Yeah, but what's the name of it, Jack?
Oh. Wait a second. Let me just think for a second.
Jack's going to get this.
I can see her standing there with a bubble hairdo.
Me too.
Up there in the front of the congregation.
Did she sing this when he came out of the collapsed mine or wherever the heck they...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess we missed that. What was the song?
I'll Call Me to Bethlehem?
Oh.
That was the one I was thinking of.
Okay, so we have one final question for you, and if you get this one, then Karen, you have won a swell certificate.
Great.
Okay.
The sitcom-related Christmas trivia that she might enjoy.
Okay.
What Christmas song is the Gilligan's Island theme to the music of?
I have no idea.
That's interesting. I didn't realize the theme
I
was...
didn't even know they had one.
Jack told me this one the other night, and I could not believe it. Yep.
No, well, that's
What
an interesting question. We have to put that on the board, and we'll put that out so that if anybody else wants to use that as the answer, they can. Okay,
Great.
so stay
Thanks,
tuned.
Norm. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Karen. And for the questions we haven't gotten answers to, we'll give them all before we go off with this program.
That's what you think. I'm saving mine till next year.
I see. Debbie in Malden. Hi, Debbie.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to you, Debbie. What category would you like?
Well, like rock and roll of the early 70s, if possible.
Okay, rock and roll question for you. Let's see. Here we go. And the question is this. Who was born first? I'll name 3 people. Put them first, second, and third. Put them in order. Billy Joel, Pete Townsend, Elton John.
Okay, Pete Townsend is the oldest. My goodness. I'd say Elton John, then Billy Joel.
You are correct.
Sounds good to me.
Very good. 1945, Pete Townsend. 1947, Elton John. 1949, Billy Joel. Do you have a question for us now?
Yes. Can you name the band who sang the song? And it was a pretty good song in the 70s. Bad Moon Rising.
It's easy.
Okay, go ahead.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
You got it. Oh,
Hey, oh, great.
I didn't mean to make it that easy for you.
No, thank
Okay,
Thank
Debbie, have a happy Christmas.
You too. Thank you.
Bye now. Okay, how about Fred up in Maine? Where in Maine are you, Fred?
Huh?
Where in Maine are you, Fred?
Yarmouth.
Oh, Yarmouth. This is my friend Fred. You want a big band question, I bet
Big band or jazz, but before Bop, please.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Who was the band leader who asked Caledonia, what makes your big head
Woody
so
Herman.
hard? Woody Herman is correct. Okay, name one. Hit me with one.
Okay. Vic Spiderbeck was famous for 2 piano pieces. What was one of them?
One of them was In the Mist.
Okay. And the other was Candlelight.
Okay. So I came through okay.
Yeah, you win.
Okay.
Now do I get another one? No.
No, actually, you just lost.
You're too goddamn smart. Listen.
Yes.
I'm glad I have a redial on my telephone.
I know the lines just all jam up when we do something like this. I'm glad you got
well, now
through.
who was Boy Meets Horn? Who played Boy Meets
Boy
Horn?
Meets Horn sounds like it's not Ray Anthony, was it?
No. Rex Stewart.
Oh, Rex Stewart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
Hey, you have
and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you, Fred, and thanks for the call.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Fred is one of the big band authorities. And we go to a number, by the way, I'm giving you the number even though we're all jammed up, but if you have a redial, but just keep hitting it. As soon as somebody hangs up, you may get through. Janice did. She's from Arlington. Hi, Janice.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. What category?
Christmas songs. And what about Norma's song? Can I answer that?
I guess you can, and we'll give her another one if she does call back. What was the question?
It was Jimmy Boyd was the answer.
Jimmy Boyd, that's correct. She asked who?
You're answering Norma's question.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That was.
Now she'll have to send out a certificate.
Right.
I'm sorry. That's the question that Norma asked us.
Right.
Well, we didn't know.
So if she calls back, we know the answer.
Yeah, the answer is Jimmy Boyd. I do know that's the correct answer. What was the song now? She said.
I saw Mama
for
Kissing
Christmas.
Santa Claus.
No, yeah.
I saw Mama Kissing Santa Claus. That's right. That was Jimmy Boyd. And I think he also did.
The 2 front teeth there?
I'm not sure he did that. I think somebody with the Spike Jones bands may have done that. But anyway, that's the correct answer. What question do you have for us now?
What was on the flip side of Gene Autry's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Is that a well-known enough thing to make that really a trivia question?
Oh, I don't know. I know it.
Was it Here Comes Santa Claus?
No.
Tony, it's your turn.
I say it's a legitimate question. I don't know.
Connie the...
Okay,
There goes Santa Claus.
Okay, I guess we don't know.
Oh, if it doesn't snow on Christmas,
Oh,
how
yeah.
will Santa Claus get to us is the next one.
Oh, okay. We have one, and Tony has one final question for you then.
Yes. Let's see. What carol contains the threat, "We won't go until we get some"?
Oh, shoot. Can I answer the other one that you already asked?
No. This is the one you have to answer.
Okay, what is it again?
Okay, what carol contains the threat, "We won't go until we get some"?
We won't go until we
I know
get
that. We won't go until we get some.
Get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go till we get some pistachio ice cream.
Some figgy pudding. We won't go till we get some. It was a Happy New Year.
Give you about 5 more seconds.
Oh.
Tony, is it My First Day with Dolly Parton?
Oh, now come on. You're getting me confused.
Okay, no. You give up 5 more. No, this is a very well-known
I
song.
know.
You've just sung the entire song except for the title.
Oh, you concentrate.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
What is it?
The answer.
When you're surrounded by good-looking guys, it is hard to
I wish
concentrate.
I had that luck. What is
No,
it?
we can't give you the answer yet because
that's right.
that's a question somebody
I
else can
can't
use.
answer another Christmas one?
No, I think you've already just conked out on
I
us.
was gonna answer.
I'm sorry, Janice.
Have a nice Christmas.
You have a nice Christmas, too, and thank you very much for the call.
Even though you're a loser.
Okay, we have Matt who's calling from Rhode Island. Hi, Matt.
How you doing?
Good, thanks. What's your category?
Rock and roll?
Okay, what decade would you like, Matt?
60s?
The 60s? Okay, here's the question for you. Which one of the Beatles worked with the group
It must be George Harrison.
You are correct. He worked with Cream on that song Badge. He worked with Eric Clapton on that. Do you have a question for us, please?
Yeah, actually, another Beatle question. From which group, which British group did the Beatles get Ringo Starr? They basically stole him from another group.
Oh, boy.
He was currently working with them at the time.
Yeah, excellent question. I was going to say either the Mills Brothers or the Andrews Sisters, but I don't think that may be right.
I think it was Tommy Tucker's Men of Melody.
You son of a gun. Even knowing the name Tommy Tucker is a triumph for you, Tony.
Tony, I think their album they played at the hotel, the
Hotel
cameo
Avery.
room at the hotel.
The Hotel Avery. That's right. That's right. Along with Tommy Carr and his Men of Melody. Anyway, we do not know. What is the answer to that?
Oh, that's Rory Storm and the Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm. Does that sound familiar to you guys?
I know I'm sure the caller is correct because
okay. I'm getting confirmation on my earphones now from MikeEpstein, our producer. Says that.
Well, Mike Epstein, he was that's the producer's name. Remember?
That's right. It was Epstein, wasn't it?
Brian Epstein.
Brian
Epstein. That's right.
Incidentally, actually, do you know which Beatle wrote a lot of the lyrics of Badge?
No, I guess we don't, but it's one. Tell us the answer to that. Pardon me, Ringo?
Yes.
Really?
A lot of the nonsensical lyrics in there.
Okay, we have one final question now for you, and if you get this one, of course, you get that chintzy certificate of award.
But I'm very excited.
All right, here's a very tough question for you because you sound like a smart guy, and I think you can handle this. I'm going to name 5 songs very quickly. They're songs from another generation, and someone in the 60s all brought them up to the top 20. Now, these songs are from way back. You Must Have Been a Beautiful Baby from 1938. Lazy River from 1932. Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey from 1902. And Oh My Darling Clementine from 1884.
And it's somebody from the 60s.
And someone from the 60s brought them all into the top 20. You want a big hit?
One person?
One singer, yeah.
Wow.
They all had a top 20 hit with all these songs.
Oh, God.
And the big hint is that the next song, If I Were a Carpenter. All in the top 20.
Oh, that's a very interesting question.
I don't think I can get that.
This is Mike Adams on Sports World.
I'm sorry.
Well, thank you very much anyway.
Thank you for calling, Matt.
Have a Merry Christmas.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay, that's an excellent question. You know who's on the line with us? Norm, I'm terribly sorry. That was my fault. I kind of fouled up. I think what we were at, we asked you a question. You answered a question first.
The old Christmas tree.
Yeah, I'm confused.
And then you asked us a question.
2 questions.
You asked us, hold on a minute. You asked us a question. We missed that. So the final one for you to get a certificate is for us to ask you one final song, and you picked the category of Christmas.
And the one you had was Fall on Your Knees.
Well,
No, we're going to ask you a whole new question, Norma. Hold on. Here's Tony.
That one. we're
going to give you a new question, Norma, okay? And here's Tony to do that. If you know the answer to whatever question Tony has for you, then you win.
Okay, now, because we went through all this, all right. Oh, let's see. Recorded in 1952, what song could make Daddy suspicious?
Daddy suspicious. It's the same one I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Yeah, I thought I'd try to fool you, Norma, but very good, Norma.
Very good. You have won a certificate, and Mike Epstein will take all the information, and we'll send it out to you. And when you get it, you'll say, "Is this why I called back?" Okay, thank you very much.
This is why my finger is bloody from hitting redial.
Here's Tom in India. He's calling all the way from Indiana, paying all that telephone bill to get one of our crummy certificates. Tom, I admire you. You're okay. You're what made America plow westward, and what made America great.
Thanks, Norm.
I thought you'd find that kind of warm and cuddly. Anyway, what category would you like?
We'll try rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. What decade would you like?
80s, please.
80s, coming at you with an 80s question of rock and roll. And the question for you is this. Who graduated from Tufts University in 1986 and won Best New Artist Grammy in 1988?
I know.
That would be the members of the panel saying, I know.
All you have to do is say the name and you're home.
Gee, the folk music guy knows this one too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay, Christmas trivia maybe for...
No change in the category.
Good.
No. You have to answer this question. Do you know the answer?
No, I haven't any idea.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have one for you, Norm, though.
If you just...
Cole Porter's mother's maiden name.
Oh, jeez. Her name was Myra Obivitwitz. I have no idea what his mother's name.
Porter.
No, it was Cole. That's how he got his name.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, Cole Porter.
Oh, that's interesting. No, I did not know that. But later on, stay tuned. I'm going to sing a medley of his songs.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, thanks for calling. Happy Christmas.
Thank you. Bye, Norm.
Bye-bye. Okay. I didn't know that. I'm a big Cole Porter fan. Somebody sent me a Cole Porter cup, a little coffee cup. Nobody's impressed with that at all, but I'm sorry I brought it up.
Any particular reason they sent it to you? Was it a birthday gift, a Christmas gift?
I guess a Christmas gift. And also they know I'm a Cole Porter fan.
Is he shaped like Cole Porter?
Yes, it is. The handle is shaped exactly like Cole Porter's
And
nose.
the mug is shaped like his mother.
That's right. Oh, it's incredible. You know all this stuff. Barry in Worcester. Hi, you're on WBC.
Hi, how you doing, Norm?
We're doing okay. What category would you like?
Let's go rock and roll. 70s.
Rock and roll 70s.
Okay, rock and roll from the 70s. Here you go. The question for you is this. In the 70s, on Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Cliff performed Don't Look Back. Halfway through the song, he was joined by a surprise superstar. Who was that?
I want to say Elton John, but I'm probably wrong.
Well, do you just decide what you want to say in 5 seconds and let us know?
Let's go with Elton John.
Elton John. Wrong.
I thought so. Hey, I got one for you before I go, though.
All right, go fire away.
Okay, in Badfinger's tune Day After Day, you can hear a pretty nice guitar in there. Who's playing?
Paul McCartney's playing the bass.
No.
You
George
said...
Harrison's playing the lead.
Okay. So who's playing the guitar, did you say?
George Harrison.
George Harrison. Okay, Barry, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for calling. Happy
Ed
Christmas.
seems to have a problem with that, but...
No, Apple Records. I think they jammed. They probably joined in. There's one story about if you want to hear this, come and get it by Badfinger. Paul McCartney supposedly wrote that on his lunch break one day, and it was one of their biggest songs. So, I mean, I don't doubt that George probably sat in on the Badfinger sessions.
Well, it sounds like him in that song.
Yeah.
Day.
Okay, let's
we
go.
all agree.
Okay, Brian and Everett, you're on WBZ playing the Swell Music Quiz. Hi.
Hi there, Norm. How you doing?
Good, thank you. What category?
Musical comedy. Is there anything open still on that?
No, there isn't. I think we've had every one has been answered, so I'll have to give you a new one.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. How about, who is this? I'll tell you who, I'll give you a little description of somebody, and you tell me who he is. He wrote the lyrics for West Side Story, because Leonard Bernstein wrote the music. He wrote both words and music for a funny thing happened on the way to the Forum, Anyone Can Whistle, Company.
Got it.
Candide, okay, Follies, A Little Night Music, Sweeney Todd. Who was that?
Stephen Sondheim.
Stephen Sondheim is absolutely correct.
Already?
Yep.
Okay. I think I got a pretty good question for you.
Yeah.
What television actress sang in the musical Superman?
Musical?
Was there a stage musical, you mean?
Yes, actually.
Actually, a stage musical of Superman.
Yeah.
On Broadway?
Yeah, well, I think it was called It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman. It was just released on a Sony disc.
And what was it? What do you think it was called?
It's a Bird, It's a Plane.
Was it Florence?
Oh, I see. Okay. What are you saying, Florence Henderson?
Do a Little Town of Bethlehem.
Good morning, Jack.
Good morning.
Hi, Jack. If you would just... No, I don't... does anybody know?
I don't know.
Because I don't know who that would be. No, who would that be?
Linda Lavin.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, from Alice and from a number of other things.
The show was out long enough for them to produce a disc. Wow.
Yeah, it sort of has a vague memory of that. But anyway, I ask you one more question then.
Already.
Okay, and this is for the stuff. Okay. we're just talking about Stephen Sondheim, and you guessed that one correctly. Or not guessed it, you knew it. Most of Stephen Sondheim's shows were produced by whom?
Very well-known producer.
Oh, for heaven's sake. I think it's Hugh Wheeler. No. He's the writer. He's one of the writers.
Give me about 5 more seconds.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry, because you did so well on the other, and you brought up a very interesting question. I'm sorry you missed that. Thanks for calling anyway, Brian.
All righty, take care, Norm.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's take a break, and we'll be right back after the news.
Does your baby suffer from red, irritated diaper rash?
I'm irritated the rest of the show wasn't here. Talk about coal in your stocking. Sheesh. Like, subscribe, share, and support the Silly on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Link in the description box below. Closing the vault and leaving this world a little sillier and merrier than we found it. For Michelle Pfeiffer, England's newest hitmakers, the Rolling Stones. Myra Obidvidwitz. Cole Porter coffee cups. Toast. Technical talk. Jammed lines. Pistachio ice cream. Plowing westward and making America great. Tommy Tucker's Men of Melody. The Hotel Avery. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen. Comet Cupid. Donder and Blitzen. Rudolph and Clarice. Sister Susie's Sitting on a Thistle. One Horse. Santa Claus. Rich Chocolatey Ovaltine. Mike Epstein, Steve Leveille, Jack Harte, Ed Mullen, and a big man who can admit when he's made a mistake. Norm Nathan. Have a merry and happy one. I'm your jolly producer, Tony Nesbitt.